You know, this is actually the 5th time you watched this review. Yeah, you've watched it at least 5 times, and this might be your 20th, but I think it's only 5 times you watched this review so far. You may ask, well, I don't remember ever seeing this review 5 times. Well, the laser is 'cause I like sci-fi. The dude is 'cause I am a rad guy. 99 is 'cause I like Wayne Gretzky. That's why I'm lazy 99. I am a Batman fan, and I'm a Canadian man. I do top 10 lists, and I eat ketchup chips. Oh, it's the time and we're gonna do a review. Yes, we're gonna review. I'm talking about movies and comics too. Let's all go watch the review. Hey everybody, I'm Lazy99 and welcome to another review. Today we're reviewing Men in Black 3. Uno, dos, tres. Yes, Men in Black 3. So when it comes to the Men in Black films, the previous ones, one of them is one of my favorite science fiction comedies ever. And I mean that as in, it's one of my favorite science fiction movies, and it's one of my favorite comedies. It's hilarious, fast-paced, and great humor, great interactions between the characters, make it one of the best comedies I've ever seen. Men in Black 2 is one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. It was so bad. It was horrible in every sense of the word. And so we have to wait, like what, like 10 or some years till we see another one, and eventually here we go with Men in Black 3. So Men in Black 3 is about how there's this evil alien called Boris the Animal who escapes from this high-tech prison, and he goes back and finds the secrets to time travel and goes back to kill Agent K, Tommy Lee Jones's character, because he's the one that put him away in this prison and shot his arm off. So, this guy gets the time travel, travels back, and kills K. But Jay, Will Smith's character, is the only one that remembers K and tries to find a way to go back in time and stop Boris the Animal from doing anything. Along the way, we of course have Agent K, which is played by Tommy Lee Jones, but also young Agent K, which is played by Josh Brolin. So, when it comes to sequels, it is very hard to try to make a good movie after you've had a bad sequel before you. You know, like, it's hard to go from, okay, we've made a good movie, a bad movie, let's make a good movie again. Usually, if you've had a bad movie in the middle, the third one's gonna suck, if not more, just as much as the second one. So going into Men in Black, I was in there with high hopes but reserved, you know, disappointment just in case. But, you know, after seeing this, I liked it. Would I say I liked it as much as the first Men in Black? Probably not, but I like this quite a bit. Like, the first, like, 10-20 minutes of the film, you're going into it, and you see the stuff with Boris the Animal, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then you see the stuff with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, and they're all doing, you know, their thing. And now the thing is, I'm one of the people that think that Tommy Lee Jones's character shouldn't have been brought back for the second one at all, because, you know, his character was done. His character arc had been fulfilled, so there was really no point in bringing him back. You know, I really started thinking about this when I saw the Nostalgia Chicks review on the Men in Black movie. So, you know, yeah, so that was me thinking of that. But at the very least, in the beginning, Will Smith is funny. He likes, you know, the way he talks and says stuff, you know. It's very humorous to begin with. But then, as soon as he goes back in time, that's when I really started to enjoy the film. You know, that's when it really started to pick up for me, you know, especially Josh Brolin as young Agent K. He plays Tommy Lee Jones so well. You just forget that it's a different actor, and you just go with the character because it feels like the young version of that character. You know, he's not completely cynical, but yet he's not completely, you know, he's not completely a nice guy. But you know, he got Tommy Lee Jones's mannerisms and his performance down pat. And it was really fun to see him inhabit that role. And it's kind of weird, though, because now Tommy Lee Jones is barely in the film, you know? Like, he's in there from the beginning, but as soon as the time stuff happens, he's gone until the end. And, you know, it's weird to see it that way, but at the very least we get his character played by another actor. That you know it's like seeing an actor get replaced by a character get replaced by another actor, but the other actor does just as well, so it's not that big a deal. The humor here is very funny. I just love the style of humor. It's right back to the old Men in Black style of humor, where I don't know how really to describe it. But you know, there's no half-naked lady walking around as the villain. There's nothing like that. Everything is taken seriously. I think it's weird to say that the humor was taken seriously. Maybe that's not entirely accurate, but you know what I mean. It's the way they handle things in the movie is very well done. Will Smith, of course, is just Will Smith, and he goes on just like he did in the first Men in Black, and really finding it funny, him back in his old role. He really seems to inhabit this character a lot. Now, the villain, Boris the Animal, I mean, he's not bad. He's not great. It's just, he's the villain. I still prefer the cockroach in the first Men in Black. But this guy gets a few laughs, and, you know, he's entertaining to watch. He'll hold your attention, and he'll drive the story forward, which is, you know, it's good to see. Time travel adds a whole new angle on this, because not only do we have, you know, aliens from outer space, but now you have how they handled those aliens and whatnot back then, in the 60s, I think it is. Yeah, so, you know, it was a weird thing. And just some of the stuff, especially with, you know, Will Smith being a black man, some of the stuff that happens, and it's just funny. Like, there's this part where he gets pulled over by these cops for stealing a car. It's he's very funny throughout, and I just love the way it feels just like the old Men in Black movie, which is very good. Now, there are only a couple of little plot holes that I see in this story. The biggest one is there's this thing in this movie where young Tommy Lee Jones has this thing for this agent called Agent O, this girl, you know, and the thing is, he's like kind of like in love with her, you know, throughout back then, while he's an agent. I saw the first Men in Black film. I believe you were married, right? I believe you had a wife that you would watch on the satellite every now and then. Didn't you have a wife? And wasn't the reason you couldn't be with her because you were with the agency? Why would you be considering going with another woman if you were already married? You know, stuff like his wife isn't mentioned once, and I don't know, maybe that's just me who finds that odd, but I don't think that, I think that could have been handled better. And the other thing is, there's not exactly a cliche, but there's something that I saw coming near the end. You know, it's all set up, and you're thinking, okay, as soon as you see this, you're like, okay, this is going to happen, and it does. It's hard to explain, but if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I mean. But the thing is, even though I could see it coming, I like the way it's handled this sort of shocker surprise. I like the way it's handled because they handle it with very delicately and very serious, and it's all in just the way it happens, I guess. But speaking of the time travel, if you really think about it, the worlds don't line up. I mean, the villain traveling in time and Will Smith traveling in time, and the way it works out in the end doesn't exactly line up. So yeah, that's all I really have to say on that. I won't say how or why not, because I will be giving away some stuff. Maybe if you want to talk about that, just put in a personal message if you want. But overall, I think that the Men in Black 3 is a very fun movie. You'll laugh at Josh Brolin being Tommy Lee Jones, and you'll laugh at Will Smith. He's very humorous in here. It's good to see him in a movie again, and especially in something familiar. And so, in closing, I'm gonna give Men in Black 3 a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching, everybody, and be sure to join me next time. Remember, if I don't like it, it's not worth it. Now to wipe your memory clean of you watching this review so I can get a lot more video views, because you'll watch it over and over again. See you around. Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel, and wait for more coming soon.